Hi everyone, welcome to Học Tiếng Anh với Joseph, where we build vocabulary and practice pronunciation through reading. We continue reading The Cat in the Box, story number 48. Hôm nay chúng ta đọc câu chuyện số 48 của cuốn sách The Cat in the Box, Chú mèo trong hộp. And it is called, the title is The Benzene Snake Dance. The discovery that the molecule benzene is built around a ring of carbon atoms joined to one another as if holding hands opened up a new branch of chemistry that would eventually provide key insights into the nature of the molecules of life. Credit for the image of the benzene ring goes to the German August Kekule, who published the idea in 1865. But the experimental work on which the discovery was based had largely been carried out by the Scot Archibald Scott Cooper, working in Paris in the 1850s, and Joseph Lord Schmidt, a German based in Vienna, a little later. Although Kekule did his own experiments, these were similar to those of other researchers, and as Cooper came first, we will describe his approach here. The compounds that were important in this work were known as aromatics because of their pleasant smell. They could be derived from benzene, and their molecules are, now we know, built around the benzene ring. As a result, all compounds containing benzene ring, or indeed other flat rings, are now called aromatics, whatever they smell like. Benzene has a very unusual chemical formula, C6H6, meaning each molecule is made up of 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms linked in some way. Just how they were linked was a mystery prior to 1865, but as a step toward working out this structure, Cooper experimented with ways to convert benzene into related compounds containing the hydroxyl group or radical OH. These compounds include C6H7OH and C6H6OH2O. He also studied salicylic acid, C6H4OH-COOH, and tried to find theoretical structures that could explain the properties of these compounds. In doing so, he was the first person to realize that carbon atoms could link to one another to form chains, and the first to attempt to depict the physical arrangement of carbon atoms within the benzene molecule. Early in 1858, Cooper wrote a paper on his work and gave it to the head of his laboratory, Charles Adolphe Woods, to pass on to the French Academy of Sciences. Because Woods sat on the paper for several weeks, it was presented to the Academy only in June, a month after Kekule published a paper announcing similar results. So Kekule got the credit that Cooper thought he deserved. This led to a furious row with Woods, who threw him out of the laboratory. Cooper never developed the ideas further, leaving the way open for Kekule. By that time, the idea that atoms have certain valence had been established. This is a measure of the ability of an atom to make chemical bonds with other atoms. Hydrogen has a valence of 1, and so can form 1 bond. Oxygen has a valence of 2, and so can form 2 bonds. In a molecule of water, H2O, 1 oxygen atom is linked to 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 for each bond, representing represented as HOH. Carbon has a valence of 4, so it is easy to understand the structure of methane. Methane, CH4. But a key feature of Cooper's work was his willingness to consider the possibility that carbon atoms sometimes behave as if they have a valence of 2. This occurs when a double bond links a carbon to other atoms, as in carbon dioxide CO2, which can be represented as C double linked to OCO. Kekulé was against the idea at first, but it became a key feature of his revelation about the benzene ring. Revelation, quote unquote, is a right word because, according to Kekulé, the solution to the puzzle came to him in a dream. In 1861, Loschmidt published drawings of suggested structures for several molecules, including some aromatic compounds. But in the case of the aromatics, he drew a circle where the benzene itself should be, to represent the unknown structure of the molecule. He did not, as has sometimes wrongly been claimed, suggest that the structure really was circular. It may be, though, that these drawings influenced Kekulé subconsciously. Kekulé published his idea of the benzene molecule as a ring in 1865. Much later, he said that the idea came to him in daydream, in which he pictured a snake biting his own tail, like the mythical worm Ouroboros. The idea works because in a ring of 6 carbon atoms, each atom can be joined to the neighbor on one side by a single bond and to the neighbor on the other side by a double bond, leaving the 4th bond free to link up with an atom of hydrogen or with any other atom, or to link to other rings. The importance of this discovery, which opened up a new era of chemical research, is highlighted by the fact that the molecules of life, DNA and RNA, are built around aromatic rings. Moving on to the vocabulary section. Insight, insights, insights. They're both good. Insight, insights. Aromatics, 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 aromatics. Physical arrangement, physical arrangement, physical arrangement. Valence, valence. Revelation, not revel, revel. Reveal, but it's revelation, revelation. Subconscious, sub is under, conscious, conscious. But I am conscientious is another very close term, but it's not the same. Subconscious. Mythical, mythical. Greek mythology, mythical came from that. Myths, mythical. Well, I hope you like the story. Very fascinating to learn about the benzene ring, and then the significance of the fact that it's very important to understand before people can move on to understand DNA and RNA structure, the helix, and so on. In any case, thank you for your time, and I hope to see you in the next story. Bye for now.